Adedoyin Adegbomire, and you're welcome to my channel. If you're a new subscriber here, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back. So today guys, I bring you a whole new topic titled Juvenile Delinquency. One of the major social problems in our society today is juvenile delinquency. Juvenile delinquency is an intractable problem worldwide. It's not only limited to my own country here in Nigeria, but it's also a problem all over the world. So today guys, on this topic, I'll be bringing you basic information on juvenile delinquency. We'll talk about the types, the causes, and the effects. Don't worry, I won't be boring you so much on the legal or law terms. All I'll be doing is giving you basic tips, equipping you with the knowledge of the causes, the types, and how it impacts the society at large. Now, before we start about juvenile delinquency, I would like to define basic terms that you are supposed to be aware of. You want to know who is a juvenile, who is a delinquent, or what is delinquency, and then we talk about juvenile delinquency. Who is a juvenile? A juvenile, according to CYPL, that is the Child and Young People's Law, defined a juvenile as a minor that is under the age of 18 years old and of course cannot be dealt with as an adult and can only be treated or dealt with under the Child and Young People's Law. Who is a delinquent? According to Shoemaker 2014, it defined a delinquent as a child or a minor that, exhibits illegal or commits an illegal behavior that is against the law and also unacceptable by the society. Juvenile delinquency, according to 1 Demo 2014, it defined juvenile delinquency as the participation of a minor child, usually between the ages of 10 to 17 years old, that is not yet up to 18 years old, and it commits a crime or it commits or exhibits illegal behaviors that is against the law. Such a child or juvenile is said to be beyond parental control. So now we talk about the types of juvenile delinquents. We have a type to be incorrigibility. According to Esch 1963, it defined the types of juvenile delinquencies to be: number 1, incorrigibility. Incorrigibility is a situation whereby a juvenile, that is a child within the age of 10 to 17 years old, that is under the age of 18 years old, engages in this type of juvenile delinquency, that is incorrigibility. And this is all about being disobedient. This is when you found a child being disobedient to the parents, to the teachers, and also to the authority at large. Such a child is said to be delinquent or in this behavior. And from there, it graduates to be a rebel. Rebel is it's a psychological state in which a child starts to feel superior in himself and so therefore can now oppose authorities. That is a type of juvenile delinquency. Number 2. Another type of juvenile delinquency is larceny. Larceny is a situation where a child begins to engage in petty thefts. He begins to steal little by little. It's called petty stealing. And then before you know it, he begins to gain experience and mastery and then develops to be an armed robber. Number 3, another type of juvenile delinquency is what we call destruction of properties. This is when a young child, usually within the age range of 10 to 17 years old, starts to engage in destruction of properties, be it private properties or public properties. Number 4, another type of juvenile delinquency is truancy. This is when you see a young child within the ages of 10 to 17 years old and he begins to run away from school. He or she prefers to engage in other activities at the expense of being in classes. This is what we call truancy. Number 5, another kind of or type of juvenile delinquency is what we call sexual offenses. This is when a child begins to engage in sexual molestation and all forms of sexual offenses, which is a crime and it's unacceptable by the society. The last type of juvenile delinquency is what we call violence. This is when this young child, which is within the age range of 10 to 17 years old, begin to exhibit violence. He begins to, get very threatening to others. Either with the use, it begins to inflict pains and injuries on others, and also with the use of weapons. All these are types of juvenile delinquency which are not acceptable in the society, and it's also against the law. Juvenile delinquency is a crime. A crime, as we all know, is an illegal behavior exhibited and that is subject to a fine or imprisonment or even both. But for a young child that is a juvenile, who we also refer to as a minor, you can't, subject the child to, because according to the Constitution of 1979, juvenile delinquency is a crime. And then such children cannot be subjected or treated like an adult. So therefore, according to the Young Child and Young People's Law, they are treated into other forms. They are subjected to other forms of punishment. They can't be taken to the courts where adults are taken to. So what they do is, concerning juveniles, especially in a country like Nigeria, when juveniles commit crime, they have juvenile courts. Those are the people that administer punishments to this juvenile. We have the juvenile courts, we have the Bostal Center. I think we have one in Lagos and one other in Kaduna. We have the approved schools. These are places where juveniles are taken to when they commit crimes that is beyond, that's not acceptable by the society, or they are no longer, the parents can no longer, they are beyond parental control. So this is where they're subjected to. And we also have remand homes. These are places where juveniles that commit crimes or begin to exhibit these negative behaviors are subjected to, and that is where they administer punishments to them. So guys, juvenile delinquency is a serious problem, which I would like every parent, guardian to see to. Every one of us has a role to play. The government also has a role to play to ensure that juvenile delinquency is brought to the barest minimum, or better still, totally eradicated. So guys, because these juveniles are people, it's better to easily notice this behavior. Once parents or guardians, please, I want to say, once you notice these behaviors, try to disapprove it immediately, as quickly as possible, so that it gets discontinued as promptly as you can. The government and every one of us has a role to play in order to ensure that juvenile delinquency is brought to the lowest minimum. Because these juveniles are people that would grow up to become the men you find in the homes as family people. They become parents. They are people we find in our places of work. They are the people that will become, the pillars in the societies, the community, and the society at large. So therefore, this kind of, juvenile delinquent acts should be eradicated or to be dealt with as quickly as possible, so so that we can cure them on time before they develop into fully grown adults. So I'll see you again on my next video where I'll be sharing you other tips on juvenile delinquency. Thank you so much for staying tuned on this video. Kindly like, share, and do well to subscribe to my channel. And please share with your family and friends. And I'll see you again on my next video. Thank you so much, guys, and I love you as always. Bye.